not a normal show for me. This is sort of a bit of a pop-in to explore and unpack a concept that I've been encountering so much in my work with my clients. Really interesting stuff, and it's the concept of transactional love, right? The concept of transactional love. So can any of y'all relate to hey, Kim West, how you doing, Mary? Good to see you. Guys, just so you know, I will be keeping my eyes on the road, so you have nothing to worry about. I may glance to just see the comments and everything, but I am safety first. I got 2 little puppies here next to me, and so I am 100% committed to that. So what I want to explore today, and by the way, if you're watching on YouTube, if you decide to upload this to YouTube, if you're watching on YouTube, welcome. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and hit the little bell so you get notified when I upload new videos. And just stay tuned towards the end, guys, because I do a full wrap up, and I kind of emphasize all the best takeaways from this video at the end of the video. All right, so what I want to explore and what I want to unpack with y'all is the concept of transactional love, right? That we have to give love to get love, that we have to earn love. Okay? Can any of y'all relate to that? Can any of y'all relate to the concept of feeling like you have to earn the right to be loved by somebody? Yeah? Hi, Harinder, how's it going? Nice to see you. Because I know in my work with women, you know, and in my own life, I mean, I work now with dozens of women around the world, and then also in my own life and in my own experience for a long time, I'm seeing that a lot of people are viewing love as a transaction. Okay, that they have to give it in order to earn, that they have to earn the right to receive the love from people. And so I want to start off by saying right off the bat that you do not have to earn the right to be loved. That is a foundational truth, and something that I think that we forget, right? Because we're conditioned to believe something other than that by our parents, by our families, by early stage relationships. We're conditioned to believe that we have to earn the love of our parents, right? That you have to mow the lawn to get acknowledgement from your father, that you have to do this to get love from your mother. So even at an early age, we develop with this wiring that, especially with the opposite sex, that we have to earn their love. Does that make sense? What's up, Sarah? How you doing, my dear? So what's up, Brandon Burrow? How you doing, my man? And so this all plays down to a deeper issue that I see. It's the issue of seeing love as a currency. Okay, so it's all about seeing love as a currency, right? So we view love as this sort of transactional currency that are like, okay, well, if I want to receive some currency, if I want to get something, then I have to give something back. And I think that that's such a dangerous way to look at it, because it makes love conditional. Whenever we start seeing love as a transaction, and we start viewing love as a currency, one of the biggest dangers is that it makes our love conditional, that we are giving love with an expectation that we're going to get it back. And anytime, guys, I say this over and over and over and over again, is giving love with an expectation that we're going to get it back from somebody else, is that an empowered or a disempowered position to be in? What do you guys think? Y'all know, it is a supremely disempowered position to be in, to be giving love with an expectation, to be really setting any kind of concrete expectation of, okay, I did this for you, now you're going to do this for me. Anytime we set a hard and fast expectation upon another person, we're giving our power away to them. And it's a very dangerous space to be in, and it's setting yourself up for disappointment, right? So we have to be really careful about viewing love as a currency and viewing relationships as transactional. Because when we do that, we are setting ourselves up for disappointment, we are giving our power away, and we're setting up a dynamic where the whole relationship becomes very gamey, right? Well, you did this for me, now I'm going to do this for you, and we're in this continuing, it's almost like we're bartering for love and attention and affection with our partner. What's up, Michelle? How you doing, my dear? Good to see you. Yeah. So this is very, very, very something we got to be careful about, because a lot of us have conditioning around this from our childhoods. We have conditioning that we had to earn the love of our father, or we had to earn the love of our mother. Love was something that had to be earned. You do not have to earn the right to be loved. You are worthy of being loved purely because you exist. Purely because of who you be, because of who you are right now. You are worthy of love. You are lovable, and you're enough. You're enough to be loved simply for existing. Okay? So in order for us to overcome this, we get to stop looking at love as a currency that we have to give in order to get. Because here's the funny thing, when we give love, we do oftentimes get love back, but not because of our expectation. When we give love, we get love back, because anytime we give away love, we create more love. Love is not a finite resource for us, right? So, but when we're giving love, expecting to get it back, and we need to get it back, that expectation is us seeing love as a finite resource. And we do not get to do that. We don't get to do that. We don't get to see, love as a control mechanism. How many of you guys, give me a one if you can relate to love being a control mechanism, right? Have you been controlled by someone who loved you, and did they use that love as a way to control you? Or have you used love as a way of controlling somebody else, right? This is a super, super, super important thing for you to look at and reflect at on your life. Do you have a pattern of love being transactional? This is especially true with people who love to support others, people who are supporters. A lot of women are supporters. I'm a supporter. A lot of my clients are supporters. We view love as this thing that we give away to people, and we use it as a basis of creating safety and stability in relationship, okay? So those are a couple initial important points, is that you do not have to earn the right to be loved. That is super important. The second point is love is not a transaction, right? And whenever we give our love conditionally upon receiving it back, then we're giving our power away, and we're setting ourselves up for disappointment, fundamentally. Are you with me on this? Okay, and now another point that I want to make that's super important around this is around the concept of ROI, okay? ROI. So what's ROI stand for? Tell me, guys, what does ROI stand for? Hannah Elizabeth, how you doing, my dear? ROI stands for return on investment. And this is where I see a lot of women getting hung up. I see a lot of women getting hung up on getting ROI out of men that they've invested a lot of time, a lot of energy, and a lot of love into, right? So this I see especially a lot with women, is that they'll stay connected in toxic relationships or in situations and in experiences where they're not getting what they're worth, they're not being treated in a way that's worthy of them, because they've invested so much time and so much energy in that person. And again, that's viewing love as a currency, right? That's viewing this whole thing as a transaction. And so the mindset behind it, at least subconsciously, is like, okay, well, I've invested all this time, all this energy, all this everything in this person. I need to get a return on that. and that's just a dangerous game to play, guys. And I'm gonna turn off just to be responsible and to finish doing this, because I do want to look at you guys as I'm talking about this. And so have you guys ever done that? Especially the ladies here. Have y'all ever been in a situation with a man where you've stayed with him even though it wasn't working out, because you're like, well, I've invested all this time, all this energy, all this X, Y, and Z in this guy, so I got to get a return on this. And maybe you're not thinking that consciously, but at some level, that's what's keeping you in the game. Can you relate to that? Kim can relate to that. Yeah, I know Mary can. I know a lot of women can. A lot of my clients have. And it's, again, guys, it's not a weakness that you love so deeply. And it's not a weakness that you want to get a return from this man. It's not a weakness that you want to get a return from a man that you're in relationship with. It's not. It's beautiful that you're able to love so deeply. But when you allow it to keep you connected to toxic situations, then it becomes something that harms you rather than helps you. It's like, it would be like in the stock market, right? Investing in a company, thinking that there's going to be, you're going to make a lot of money off it, and then the stock starts tanking. And then even though the stock's tanking, you could still cut your losses and you could still leave, but you're determined to get this ROI because you've put in so much money and you've invested in the vision of what this company was going to be, and you just ride that ship all the way down into the ocean and into the abyss, and then it ends up bottoming out on you. So I want you guys to just look at, where have you allowed needing to get a return on your investment in relationship? Where has that stopped you from walking away from something toxic? Hi, Michelle. How you doing? What's up, Michelle? Michelle agrees. Kim says she left and it was the best thing she ever did. And that's beautiful, Kim. And I'm so happy for you. And I'm telling you guys, Kenny Rogers said it best. You got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them, know when to walk away, and know when to run. Don't count your money when you're sitting at the table. There'll be plenty of time for counting when the gambling's done. So I think we could all agree, yes, I did just do an entire chorus of The Gambler by Kenny Rogers. But I think it's really important, guys, because we have to realize that embarking on a relationship is an assumed risk. There's going to be a degree of investment, right? There's going to be, like, women come to me and they're like, well, I want to be in a relationship, but I don't want to risk getting hurt. And it's like, nope, that's not the way that it works. If you want to be in meaningful, heartfelt relationship, you get to risk being hurt. That's part of the game. That's part of the deal. But it doesn't mean you get to just keep yourself stuck in a toxic situation just because you've invested that time in it. Don't let your ROI, don't let your need to get an ROI on a man or a relationship or a situation sink your life or keep you tied to someone who's become an anchor in your life, right? And again, this all goes back to that central theme of love is a currency, right? Love is a transaction. Emotions are currency. We really get to change that, because fundamental in the concept of currency is the concept of scarcity. You feel me there, guys? Like, if we're looking at love as a currency, it means there's a finite amount of it, and we're conditional in how we're giving and getting it back. But love is an infinite resource that we can generate from within ourselves. So love is not a currency. Love is an energy. It's an energy that we always have more of to give, provided that we allow ourselves to unlock it. So when we give love away, it's not like we're giving it away and we don't have more to give. So we get to anchor ourselves in the fact that, we are empowered because we are infinite springs of love. We are infinite springs of connection. Just because we connect with somebody and they don't work out, it doesn't mean that we're never able to connect again. So we get to be willing to give love unconditionally. We get to be willing to connect with people without condition. We get to be willing to show up vulnerably and recognize that just because we're hurt, it doesn't mean that we can't heal from that. And just because we don't get the love back that we want, doesn't mean that it wasn't worth it to give that love in the first place. I would rather to have loved and lost than never to have loved at all. Those are words that resonate deeply in my heart right now, and those are words that I choose to live by. It's much more painful for me to think about never having the opportunity to love and connect. That's much scarier to me. Hi, Rachel. How's it going? Hi, Mariposa. It's much scarier to me to think about the possibility of not loving and not connecting and holding myself back from that than allowing myself to connect and then having it not work out, right? Every relationship is going to end one of three ways. You're going to get married and stay together forever, or you're going to break up, or one or both of you is going to die. That's it. Every relationship has a beginning, a middle, and an end. And if we allow the beginning, the middle, or the end to stop us from embarking on the journey, we're cutting ourselves off from vital parts of the human experience. What's up, Lee Brown? How you doing, Magda? So again, kind of circling back to where we started with this. Love doesn't get to be transactional because love is infinite, and it's an infinitely recurring resource flowing out of us. And we don't get to look at love as a currency, because when we look at love as a currency, we start to look at it as a transaction. And that's dangerous, right? Because this is not about you getting a return on your investment. This is about you learning to love and give and expand and grow and connect in the infinite capacity that at a deep level you know you're capable of. Nobody can hurt or destroy you without your permission. You have such profound power. You really do. What's up, Michael Kessels? How you doing, my man? So again, guys, that's just something that's been in my heart, because I've been working with so many women who, you know, they're healing. They're healing from relationships where they felt like they've been taken advantage of, and where they've been with men and they've allowed, you know, the conditionality of the love that they received, that they had to give love to get it back. That's not true. You are lovable for whom you are, for who you be in this moment. You don't have to do a damn thing to earn the right to be loved, okay? This is foundational, and I want you to repeat that to yourself until it's embedded in your soul, because it's so important. And don't give your power away to anybody else and predicate it on, and don't sacrifice who you are to receive love from anybody else. That doesn't get to happen anymore. Am I right or am I right? I know I'm right, because I'm having this conversation every day with my beautiful clients all over the world. So I wanted to share it with each and every one of you as I drive from Jackson, Mississippi to Sarasota, Florida to go say hi to my beautiful family. Mariposa says, when we love independent of everything, we know that we are perfect. Exactly. It's beautiful. It's such an empowering space to love unconditionally, to love from a space of limitlessness rather than from a space of scarcity, because love is an infinitely renewing resource that exists and springs forth from within us. All right? So you have no reason to fear loving. You have no reason to fear being loved. And if the love that you're receiving from somebody ceases, consider it a blessing, because it means that now you've got space to receive and accept love from somebody else. Foundationally, you are an infinite receptor and conduit for love. And there are so many people out there ready and willing and delighted to love you to the capacity and the extent that you open yourself up to be loved by them. That is a fundamental thing I want to also mention, is that your ability to be loved by others is going to be directly tied to your capacity and your ability to love yourself. Am I right or am I right? If you do not love yourself, you will never be able to truly and fully receive love from somebody else. And another factor limiting your ability to be loved by somebody else is your ability to connect and be vulnerable to that other person. So don't be sitting here talking to me or talking to your friends about how you're not feeling truly loved and connected to your partner if you're not willing to truly connect and love them from your end. It all, like Lee says, it all starts with you. It does. The degree to which you've got your walls up or down is going to determine that person's ability to connect and pour love into your life. We cannot have our cake and eat it too. We cannot go out into the world with our walls up and our guns drawn and then be like, why won't men connect with me? Why am I not being loved the way that I want? You're not being loved the way